Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV, and today on our Hot Lap series we're taking out the 2014 Dodge Challenger Shaker at High Plains Raceway. Here we go. Well, the first thing you notice getting behind the wheel of this car is how large it is. And I know that sounds like something all journalists say about these retro muscle cars, but the reality is it's a very large car. And it really compounds it by the fact this has a big brick-like hood that goes a good 6 feet out in front of you from behind the wheel. But the cool thing is it does have that shaker hood scoop, and you can really watch that engine moving around under there when you lay your foot in it, like here. So this is our first little run out here onto the High Plains Raceway. We had the short loop this day, and of course there is no sound here from the engine, and I apologize, we did not have the occasion to mic the car up. But on our first run down the straight here, it did have plenty of power and was able to get us up to about 100 miles an hour on this first run, even though we did have a little bit of traffic before we had to get into the brakes right here. Now, this particular car does have the track package, which has the better suspension and it has better brakes. So coming into this curve and starting to brake into these curves up here, it was apparently a little bit more adept out here than, say, the standard RT. This is an interesting corner here because you lose your gravity a little bit. It's a little bit off camber, so this car's weight really wanted to sort of have its way with it. But as we get out here on the straight again, laying into the throttle, able to get some more speed again and really get a nice feel for the sound that this 5.7 liter engine puts out. This does have 375 horsepower. Our tester had the 6-speed manual with the pistol grip shifter, which is kind of a cool little deal, another retro touch, but it is easy to grab onto and you know, really get some shifting going out here quick. One thing with the size of this car, like right here, it took a little bit of getting used to trying to place it on the track, because even though you have an immediate sight line for where your boundaries are, usually smaller cars are just easier to place. Now, coming out of this curve here, the car just naturally drifts over here to the left. This time on the straight, we got up to about 110 miles an hour, and the brakes really were getting pretty warm about this point, and still did a pretty good job of dragging that thing down to about 60-70 miles an hour coming into this particular spot. And as we roll down here again, we're going to be getting on the brakes, and you know, this car, you can feel its weight out here. It does want to sort of push into this left curb over here a little bit when you lose the gravity, but here you can toss it over these apex curbs just like any other car. Now granted, this is no M3, but for a muscle car, this is a car that you can credibly take to the track on the weekends. The 2014 Dodge Challenger Shaker starts at $37,495 and is probably getting pretty rare on dealership lots out there, since the 15 models are going to be coming out pretty soon. But if you want one, now's the time to look. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride.